Okay, welcome back. I'll try to make this video and one after it a little shorter than usual. I'm a little sick. Actually, not a little bit. I'm sick as hell. I got a bad case of the flu. But anyway, I'm trying to make this video and then go back to bed as soon as possible. So, without wasting time, let's get into the video. In the previous video, we officially created an enemy system for our project. Right now, when we start our game, at the start of the runtime, a grid formation of enemies will be spawned. You can see that it's a different formation every time because the rows and columns are randomized. Now we want to add movement to our enemies, at least to our enemy manager. I want to make the enemies movements as similar to the Space Invaders game. So if I have to explain, we have our enemy formation here. The enemy formation will slide from left to right. Similar to what we did with in our previous project, with the enemies going from one trigger to another. But this time we're not gonna use triggers. Our formation will go from left to right, and with each bounce, with each direction switch, aka every time the formation hits a wall, it's a bounce, the formation will move down just a little bit, slowly towards the player. To do that, let's go back to our enemy manager script and get to work. So, just like we did with our player, we need a movement speed variable for our enemies. So we'll write private float enemy speed. For now, let's make it 5. We can change it if the enemies are too slow. Or actually, let's just make it 8. That's more safe. I want to store the direction or enemy formation will go as a unit. So in a variable we'll store when the enemy formation is going left and when it's going right. So to do that, we'll write private vector 3. What should we call it? Move direction. For now, we'll make it vector 3 left. The enemy formation will start moving in left. Then we need to create bounds for our enemies, just like we did with the player. It's the same as our player, so we'll write private float min x how much is this? 22. Actually, let's try 26 because the enemies are not individual. As we established, it's an unit. We'll do the same for max x 26f. Now onto the moving itself. We're gonna do the moving in the update method, obviously. We'll write transform translate move direction, which is left, and then we're gonna multiply it by our enemy speed, and then time delta time. to make it frame rate independent. Now to determine when our unit should bounce off a wall instead of continuing, we need to know how far the farthest enemy instance is from the center position. Just to keep things organized, we'll do the calculation in a separate method, separate from the update method. We'll write private voids for the name. Let's write get wave of width. Now the purpose of our get wave half width method is to check every enemy instance's X position compared to the center position. We want to pick the farthest enemy instance away from the center and use its position to know how wide our formation is. For each transform child in transform, we'll calculate our half wide by writing actually hold on, we need a variable for the half wide. Let's write float half wide. There we go. Right, equals to, we're gonna use the math class by writing mathf max with mathf apps. I'll explain this after I wrote it. Child local position X. Why is this? Oh, there we go. Okay. And then after this for each loop checks every enemy instance in the formation, we're gonna return the changed half width variable. Oh, right. There we go. Then back to our update method. We'll determine how wide our formation is by writing half width. Let's call it half width 2 to not confuse the two. And then get wave half width. Then finally, in our update methods, we'll check for collisions. Actually, we'll check for edges, the right and left edge of our map, of our scene, by writing the following. I think that's it. So let's save our new codes and go back to our editor to test it out. If I made any errors in my calculations in the maths, it's gonna show now. Ideally, when we start the game, when we start the runtime, our enemy formation, the one that spawns at the start of the runtime, will start moving left at first. It will start moving left, bounce off the wall right here, go a little downwards, and then go to this wall, and then to this, all the way to the player. Let's see. Okay, it's moving. Good, this formation right now is moving smoothly. Let's try with a few other examples, a few other grid formations. This one is smaller but still works fine. Let's see if we can get a smaller one. No, what the hell was that? That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's try again. I am not sure why that happens. Let's try again. It seems that occasionally our formation glitches out. I am not sure why that happens. I'm pretty sure there is a miscalculation in the maths, but I'll take a look at that off camera to see if I can figure it out, to get some help online. When I do figure it out, oh, there it goes again. When I do figure it out, I'll make sure to let you guys know. For now, at least our enemy formation is moving and bouncing off its bounds.